Hello. Welcome back.
Welcome back, guys. I know it's been a while, maybe a few months, but
Yeah, when was our first pod?
oh god, like late
November?
November-ish.
Okay.
So it's been a little while. I think we
It's
were
been a
just doing
minute.
some soul searching and busy with the holidays, traveling, a lot of things happening. But we definitely want to keep this going, and we're still very interested in doing this podcast together.
Yeah. And I think we just didn't really have direction. Not that we really have it now,
Right.
but, maybe that's just what we need to do. Just start the podcast.
Right. And thank you for the comments. I think they definitely helped as well. It's like, hey, we should have at least a little outline of what we want to talk about. And then we can always, ad lib or, do some
Right.
things on the fly. But it's good to have at least, a few talking points per episode. So,
Yeah. So I think today we're just going to say what we've been up to,
right.
the highs and the lows,
Highs and lows.
maybe do a fit check.
Right. A little fit check.
And then we have a couple of topics that we
Right.
want to talk about.
Perfect.
Do you want to start with the fit check?
Sure. I mean, you can
Okay,
go
go
first.
ahead.
You want me to go? All right.
You go
So we'll
first.
stand up a little bit.
Yes. Do that.
I do have, a little update before I did change all my clothes to more cotton. I was like, trying to be a little bit more healthier, try to get rid of more synthetic things. So, switch out my t-shirts, underwear, a little TMI, and also
Very
socks.
TMI.
So, just try to be more organic, I think is kind of the direction that I'm trying to go. And I do have multiple items of each item. I know Brooke thinks that I just wear the same thing and the same t-shirt for a while. I was like, no,
He
I'm
told
not
me
like
this
that.
morning he has 10 of the same black t shirt. That made me
Yeah.
feel better. I thought he was wearing the
Right.
same one every day.
Yeah, so we cleared that up.
So, same outfit, really, just an
Yeah.
upgrade to quality.
Quality.
Kind of like the
Exactly.
apartments we were talking about yesterday.
Apartments.
Yeah, the
So
materials have upgraded.
exactly.
Yeah.
So and I think, as we evolve, I guess, I do want to improve, like our lives in little ways. Things that we use every single day. I think we should try to go for quality over quantity is where we're going.
I agree. You're kind of like the, what's his face? The Apple guy.
Oh, Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. My
Oh,
God.
wow.
Couldn't
You
think of
think
his
I'm a
name.
Steve Jobs?
No, Steve Jobs in the sense that he wore the same outfit every day to
That's true.
eliminate that as a decision in his closet, like
Right.
in his day, because he
Yeah.
made so many decisions in a day. So he was like, I'm going to wear the same thing, eliminate that as a decision completely. And then you're left with his like black t shirt or whatever and
Right.
his jeans.
And I think that has been a trend. I think Mark Zuckerberg, people make fun of me just wears that hoodie. And I think a lot of people in Silicon Valley, have been reading. It's called decision fatigue. Sometimes, so we're spending
I
10
get
minutes,
that.
20 minutes. And I'm sure, when
It's
girls
tough.
go out, it's like,
Even just with your hairstyle.
right, hairstyle.
I tried
I was
3
like, no.
before I came here
Right.
today.
There we go. See?
So,
And that's, takes decision making, takes energy. So,
yeah. Okay, great. I am wearing aloe black pants. Very comfortable.
shout out.
Shout out. Just like a Target white tank top. And then I'm wearing this Nike hoodie zip up that I got from my aunt and uncle for Christmas, which was such an unexpected and sweet surprise that they even got me a gift. And because my uncle works with Nike,
Oh, wow.
and
Nice.
I am obsessed. Like, it's just so cute and cozy and comfortable. And then I got some also V-Day socks on. Oh, I don't know if you can see in the camera, but they're pink and white.
There we go.
And then I'm wearing this new cute fun scrunchie that I got at a Galentine's on Friday,
Oh, there we go.
just to add some like flair to
Hey,
my.
add some flair. And look at
I've
it.
had a rough week, so I needed to have something that cheered me up.
Right. And I will try, I think the goal for the podcast, I'll try to wear one new outfit for each episode.
Oh, okay.
But like I said,
One new
that'll-
outfit? Maybe just like an item.
yeah, one new item.
Yeah.
It'll be pretty quick that I'll start rotating, let's say. But that's
Do you
gonna be
even have 5 different items of clothing?
I do.
Okay. Different
Yeah.
items, not the
Different
same
different
items.
Yeah,
Okay.
different items that have unique styles and things. And that is something I do want to work on. I was saying I did go to Burning Man this year. I think one of the things is self-expression. And, a lot of my friends were just like, got to spruce up your apartment. And I love plants at least. So I
Yeah.
did get some couple new plants. One is doing better than the other. I think
Yeah,
on
you've had a
camera they
full
look
upgrade. You got
lush.
this blanket,
Right.
the
People
plants.
were making fun of my apartment, but thanks shout out to my friends that and that's what friends are for. It's like, hey, you got to be more creative with your space and have some plants, have some lighting, upgrade your furniture, keep your carpet clean. Gotta
I vacuumed
get the
this morning my
grow.
whole
Yeah.
apartment. It felt so good. I got the Dyson. I'm obsessed, but
Right.
my apartment's so small, I have no room to hang it.
Right.
If it hung, I think I would vacuum every day.
Every day. Well,
But
you can
now
come
it's
over and
like
come
to
vacuum
take it
this.
off the thing, it's like just one extra step that
Right.
delays me. It's amazing how one extra
Oh,
step could like set you back
100%.
so much.
Yeah.
But I have been wanting to redecorate my apartment
Right.
because I decorated my apartment when I moved into it, which was right after I took the bar and then went on like a 5 week post bar trip and all around Europe. I went to 10 countries. And so the theme of my apartment is very like Europe, travel. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I still like love those things, but it's not feeling super aligned with like where I'm at right now.
Right.
And I've always talked about a she shed. I've told you about that, right?
Right.
Okay. So my she shed for the listeners
Right.
is like in my dream house when I'm filthy rich and have like a huge mansion on the beach. My she shed is going to be a room just for me that's like has all this really funky, cool pieces of art that I've found over the years. Like, and things that like whenever I see out, like at an art walk or just like at a thrift shop or something where I see it and I'm like, it's either massive, so it wouldn't fit in my apartment,
Right.
or it's just like so funky that I'm
Ooh.
like there's this one of this like frog who's like standing up and it's a girl and she has like lipstick on and a purse and heels
I
and
was
she's
kind of like,
smoking
I was like, how do you know the frog is a girl?
and
But I
she's
see.
smoking a cigarette.
Right. Cute.
She's giving girl, and that's what I'm gonna go with. Sorry to anyone who disagrees with that. And that piece was like way too big. It was like for like a huge house. But anyways, it got me thinking like, why don't I just decorate my apartment
Right.
like my she shed?
Right.
You know, like I'm single, I live alone. Like, why do I have to make it as if like I'm hosting people over? Like it's like almost like I'm decorating as I feel like I should be decorating and not necessarily things that spark like a ton of joy.
Right.
So I am trying to get things that spark joy.
Right. No, I agree. And that is something, I've been thinking about as well. A lot of people are like, when I get rich, I'll do this. When I meet this goal, I'll do this. For me, as long as, you are financially capable of doing it, you could do it now.
I know. I want to start with a new rug. I think that would really help my apartment.
Right.
And then I have this like dream of getting this neon sign that says rich energy.
Yeah, there we go.
And then some other cool art pieces that I have found that I just need to execute on. And then I need to hang them. Like
Right.
my favorite art piece is this little gorilla I have that I got at the Little Italy art walk, and it's this photograph of a gorilla at the LA Zoo. I think like you told me that gorilla has a name. Like it's like a real gorilla. Well, obviously it's a real gorilla.
Yeah.
Like she's not fake.
I think it's I was gonna yeah, I think it looked familiar. Like I saw this photo somewhere, either in the news or, in something. So I was like, maybe it is like a famous gorilla
Yeah.
shoot. But
And I'm obsessed with her, and she's still not hung up. She is on my like dresser, so she's displayed, and I see her every day, and I love it. But I could do like a cool gallery wall or something. So
yeah. And that's why I've been trying to, hang up a little photos like here and there, my paintings.
yeah, Way paints.
I mean, from TwitchCon, it was
From
like the
TwitchCon.
Bob Ross company. I think
The
I am,
Bob Ross company.
I'm good at like seeing things, and then if you just break it down into paint strokes, I'm good at following directions and learning things like on YouTube.
Oh, that's good.
Shout out, I did some plumbing work and all this other things. I think if I can watch a video of someone doing it, I can emulate it at least. So
That's a good mindset. My mindset is, oh, that's broken. Who can I call to fix it?
right, that's No.
I'm
So,
just being honest.
yeah, no, that's
You know,
honest. You know,
like it's just like sometimes I know my strengths and
right?
weaknesses.
That's important.
Yeah, but anyways, so just a little update on life, I
Right.
guess. Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
Sure. I mean, I've, kind of at the end of my travels, I think I've hit a lot of my bucket list the last few months. One of it was going to, Burning Man, and then the other was seeing Yellowstone. And recently, 2 weeks ago, I went to the Sundance Festival for the first time, and I think that was, super
In Park
fun
City.
in Park City, and they will be there last year this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they're
Like in
moving
Park City or
in
ever?
Park City.
Okay.
So they're moving to Boulder, Colorado, I believe.
Oh,
And
really?
so it's very interesting. It was, for me, it was very exciting, but, a lot of it was like sad too, because people were like, this will be the last, showing in this venue. And, you know, but just I do love meeting all the people there, directors, photographers, people that are behind the scenes. Where me as just like a moviegoer, we just tend to just sit back and check out the movie. But when you realize what goes into it and the creative effort that goes into movies, you definitely appreciate the things a little bit more. And also, bring it back. We were kind of in a lull with this podcast, but after seeing all these creators, it's like, hey, I do want everyone to go out and create something. Create. It could be a painting, it could be a book, it could be a podcast, or something creative that you recorded and put out into the world, whether it's good or bad. And I do feel the whole thing of progress over perfection, and I think a lot of times we just lag on doing things. you know
Well, I don't always think it's just that. Like, so for anyone who has listened to our first
right.
podcast, which is like 5 people, Way and I created another podcast right after that
Right.
and an episode. And it was like our origin stories. And we both, like, it was like an hour and a half of like where we both kind of come from, why we think the way we think. And watching it back, I didn't feel comfortable posting it online. And I don't know if it was like a perfectionism thing. I think it was the stark reality
Right.
of if you share all these intimate things about your life
Right.
and then post them on the internet, you no longer have those intimate things. Like
Right.
you lose all privacy with that.
Right.
And that's a very, not that that sounds dramatic because I don't have like millions of people watching my
Oh, no, no,
story,
but still.
but it's still like if you put it on the internet, you lose an aspect of something that's like near and dear to you in a sense. And that can be like a safe space, right? Like privacy can feel safe, I
Right.
guess.
100%.
So I think for me, that was a big reason I didn't want to continue at the time was because it's just hard. I'm a very vulnerable person by nature. I share a lot about my life to the people close
Right.
to me. So to put that on the internet is like very difficult.
Right.
Like to say what I'm going through right now, that's difficult to like air out to people
Yeah.
and put on YouTube. But Way keeps telling me that maybe the things I'm going through might help other people.
Right. You know?
So anyways, I didn't
Yeah.
mean to interrupt you, but
Oh no, that is very good points. And I think I would just speak in more, and I think me and Brooke are very like opposite in a lot of things.
wildly opposite
So
in a lot of areas of
in a
life.
lot of areas. So I know me, I'm just like always procrastinating. I'm just a procrastinator, and I know, I'm not like when you look at astrology and things, like I am in Aries, and you just look at like some of it's like Aries just start a million projects but never really finishes any, and I think I definitely identify with that, and I feel like me emotionally, I feel I'm a little bit more just like grounded, but also I was like, oh, am I just not exploring the depth of my emotions? And I think Brooke is maybe on the other side, and I just want to find a good balance, let's say, between us.
Which is funny because they say that Virgos, I'm a Virgo, are very grounded because it's an earth sign.
Right.
I
And
don't
Aries
think
are supposed to be passionate
I
and
don't think I'm
just
not
emotional,
grounded,
right?
but I think I'm wildly It's not even like emotional erratic. I think I used to be very erratic emotionally. Like I wasn't able to control them and they would be very up and down. Like I had deep, deep lows and high, high highs. And I've been in like therapy in the last like 2 years that I think has really helped me.
Hmm.
Have you seen a change?
Yeah, no, I think you've grown a lot, and we've only gotten really known each other for less than a year. So
Yeah. And I'm still, I think what I realize is I am someone who is deeply emotional and I can tap into my emotional self very quickly and easily, and I'm very introspective. So like for example, I cry a lot, right? Like I have no problem crying. Like
right,
I have friends that are like I can't cry and I'm like, "Whoa, what
yeah,
is that like?" Like I
right,
cried 4 times yesterday.
right,
I cried today
yeah.
sitting when we were journaling.
Right, I
Like,
saw. And
yeah.
I was like, you had your glasses on. I was like, is she crying right now? I
Well, when
was
you
like,
said, "Are you okay?" I started crying.
yeah. Oh,
When someone like asks me and I'm already on the verge, it's hard.
right.
But it's not like that like this week I've had a really rough week. Just as a disclaimer, I hurt my back, so I've been in a lot of like really physical pain. I had to go to urgent care this week. I had to go to the orthopedic doctor. um and I'm still in pain. It still hasn't really
Right.
helped, and the physical pain, as I was telling Way earlier, um it takes like a very large emotional and physical toll on your body because you can't like do the things you want to do. You can't
Right.
get the gunk out and like
Yeah.
move because I'm in a lot of pain. And so it's just very debilitating in a lot of ways. And then I've just been, it's, yeah, anyways, I'm not going to say the next thing. It's TMI. um, um, and then I'm also kind of going through a breakup, and it's just a lot of emotions. And
Right.
so I've been crying a lot this week, and it was kind of like the first time where I was like, I just have been giving myself a ton of grace, and I'm not like I didn't like beat myself up of like, oh, I'm an emotional roller coaster. It was like, no, you're going through like a lot and you're
Yeah.
in like a lot of physical pain. This makes sense. And this is just your body getting it out.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I cried like probably 4 times yesterday, cried today, like I said. Um, and it's like, that's okay. So, anyways, sorry. I think I'm a very emotional person, and I think I have now finally started to get a much better grasp on it where I still allow myself to be emotional, but it's not this like super, super low to a super, super high, which is how it
Right.
used to be, which felt very manic in ways and
Yeah.
like not good.
Right. No, I mean, and I think normally, I think my emotions, like on the upper side, on the opposite side here, I think a lot of my old roommates that have lived together for like 10 years, she would always call me like Waybot because it's like sometimes we'll watch like really sad movies and she's like crying. And it's like, do you not have like emotions? But I have happy emotions. Like I'm always laughing and stuff.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
it's funny because I feel like anytime you see something like sad on TV, or
Right.
like if I tell you, oh, I'm not feeling well, or like I tell you, oh, this person wasn't feeling well, they had to leave, like your reaction is always like, oh, like that's sad. So
Right.
I don't think you're like anti emotional,
Okay.
really.
Good. That's good.
And like when we watch those like murder thrillers, like The Beast in Me or His and Hers,
Right.
I recommend those shows, by the way.
Right. Those are
His and
interesting.
Hers was weird.
It was an
Not weird.
interesting show.
Yeah. I was talking to my sister-in-law about it. She's like, "Have
Right.
you watched?" And she's like, "I
Yeah.
called it." I was like,
Oh wow.
"Really?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
we
didn't.
can't give it away.
Yeah. I
I
don't
think
want to
cuz
give it away.
someone told her that the ending was,
A twist. Some sort of
yeah.
twist.
But I was like, "Whoa."
Yeah.
Genius level. It
Right.
was it was a good show. Weird show. Stuff that happens in small town America, I guess.
Oh yeah. When people are bored, I mean, sky's the limit.
Yeah, sky is the limit. Um, so anyways, it's the sign thing is interesting because like I kind of lean into astrology when it works for me, and then I lean away when it doesn't. Probably just like want to grasp onto something, but like the person that I dated that I am like going through this like ending with, which is very sad. His sign was like a Pisces, which is
Mm,
like a water
water
sign,
sign.
and they all the things were like it's a good match, Virgo and Pisces, because Virgos are very grounded and
Right.
Pisces are very emotional.
It's like,
We could
it's
not
just
have
like the
been,
opposite
we were
of that.
opposite.
Yeah.
I was emotional, he was grounded. Um, and yeah, just kind of interesting. So I guess you just have to take that stuff with a grain of salt.
Yeah. I think it's fun, but I don't think I would make life decisions.
Some people do though.
they've
Like
based on
I
them
listen to this podcast and
personally.
she's like, "What's your sign?" And then shows like, "What's your rising and your whatever?" And I'm like,
Oh
"I don't
yeah.
know that
I
stuff."
learned that especially from I love the Instagram. It's like when a girl asks you what time you were born, it's like get away from that.
Yeah, run.
It's just run. So I do know. I think it's like mine's like Aquarius rising because people has asked me that,
Oh, okay.
and I was like, okay, fine, interesting,
I don't
interesting.
know what I am. I'm probably a Virgo on all three, let's be real.
Yeah.
And then I saw something that was like Virgos born from this date to this date are like really sensitive in this. And I'm like, yep, okay, that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
because I'm like my sign is like a type A perfectionist.
Right.
And I'm a perfectionist, no doubt. And I'm type A to an extent, but there's a lot of type B in me that I don't think
Yeah.
people
I know you
realize.
also got some chill side.
Yeah, but like, so I've always been I feel like my whole life I've always battled like the opposite ends of two like I'm lazy but determined at the same time.
Right.
Like I'm
Right.
this and I'm that. Like I'm like the opposite. So it's like there's constant dueling in my body.
Yeah.
But we're getting better at just like accepting,
Yeah. Just
just like loving myself.
yeah. I think I'm. Do want to accept myself, but also do better, try to improve, and like I was saying, my mom was always like, your chillness is a double-edged sword. It's good that you're happy and you're at peace mentally, but creatures don't evolve when they're happy, unfortunately. Like you need some sort of drive to push yourself. We signed up for a gym, so I am going to the gym.
Oh yes, we signed up
So
for Equinox. It's very
right,
exciting.
shout
Beautiful
out,
gym. Shout out Equinox.
give us some credits for membership dues.
Yeah. I pretty much signed up as a social club,
Right.
not to work out. I'll work out, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm injured now. The club just opened last week. It's beautiful and it's just a cool experience. I've never been part of like a gym really. I think I was a member of like 24-hour fitness for like 5 seconds, and that's not this. Like that's just, a regular gym. I'm more of like a yoga studio, class pass Pilates kind of girl, and walking. I love to walk. But it's nice. Like I go and I feel like I've only been like 3 or 4 times, but because it just opened, but I see the same people. There's like a sauna. I'm like meeting some people,
Some hotties.
some lot of hotties. Yeah. So just trying to put myself out there. That's been my goal. And I think I've been doing a
Right.
good job, but
Yeah.
it's also like exhausting because it's outside my comfort zone. I'm a little bit like a porcupine.
Right.
Like I want the love and
Yeah,
community, and then
but
when
it
people get
hurts.
close to me, I'm like,
Yeah. It's like they call it the porcupine dilemma.
yeah. But I'm working on it,
Oh, cute, your little porcupine.
I guess.
But no, I think it's definitely important. Like I said, I'm just trying to you know be a stricter parent to myself, as we're saying. And I think this is where I meet a lot of people who was like always criticizing themselves and all that, and I was like, wow, I've never criticized myself, but that's also a problem. You know what I mean?
Well, this is where Way and I are like polar opposites. So we both journal actually.
Right. So
And
that's what
I've been
I'm trying
journaling since I was like a little girl. My mom instilled that in us young. Like I was telling Way yesterday, when we would travel, she would like give us journals to write in about the day, whatever. And then I kind of just got in the habit of journaling. I've never been like a consistent journaler of like you're more consistent. Like Way journals a page every single day, whereas me, it's like I journal in a lot of different formats and forms. Like I have a note on my phone, and then I have more long form like writing. Um, but I am insanely critical of myself, and I didn't really even realize how bad it was until this like a few months ago, like how much of a perfectionism I am myself. And I have been reading back some journal entries yesterday and today, and like it's sad. Like I'm so mean to myself.
Right. Is that where you teared up? I saw you reading some of your journals, and then I saw.
Oh no, I teared up because I was reading about Navy pilot.
Okay, word.
Yeah,
We'll use code name. We don't want to use names here. So.
yeah. I was reading about, this is the guy that things ended that I'm very sad about. I was reading about my journal entry after a vacation we took in
Right.
Atlanta, and I was just like so full of joy writing it. And I remember the feeling. I was like on the plane, and the weekend like brought me so much joy and life, and like it just, it'll always be a symbol of like a certain part of my life.
Right.
And so I was getting teary-eyed reading that because I miss him.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, meow.
But anyways, I'm very hard on myself. And I was reading an entry from like, I think a year and a half ago yesterday. And it was like, I'll try to love myself. It was something like so aggressive, like trying to love myself. And then in the last year, I've been working on like loving myself a lot more and doing actionable things to like move the needle. So
Right.
like
Good.
at the end of yoga, every single time at the end of yoga, a lot of classes they have you like hug your whole body. And so I do that and then I say out loud in class, like I
Right.
whisper it, but I'm like, I love you, Brooke.
Cute.
And then like I've been hugging myself a lot, which sounds weird, but like I abandoned my body for so many years. I just treated it like I used to drink very heavily. I've been sober for almost 7 years.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's hardcore.
And I kind of just like abused alcohol very aggressively, and it obviously did a number on my body. And then I've battled like bouts of anxiety that have had me lose like a significant amount of weight because I wasn't able to eat. And it wasn't like I was purposely like, trying to beat up my body, but that happened. And I used to be really mean to myself. Like in college, I would like just berate my body and speak very
Right.
negatively about it. And so that I think does a really bad number on you. And so the last like year and a half, I've been trying to speak very kindly, like only nice things. Like when I used to get sick,
Right.
I would literally tell myself, like, really, like, don't be the P word.
Yeah.
I don't want
Word.
to say it on here,
No, you don't have to.
you
We
know?
get it.
And I'm
We know
like,
the P word.
that's so mean. Like, we're allowed to get sick. Like, it's
Right.
okay. Like,
Yeah.
and I just would just beat myself up. And so I've been trying to be very kind. And so then I had an entry from like, I don't know, the entry I wrote yesterday was just very like, I love you. Like, I know you're going through a hard time. It's totally fine. Cry it out. If you're not perfect, it's okay. Like,
Yeah.
so that perfectionism, so being your own parent, I keep going on tangents, sorry.
Don't know.
I think we're so opposite, and that's where
Right.
we're kind of learning from each other
We
of
gotta be somewhere
like,
in the middle.
yeah, like I'm releasing some of that against myself and allowing myself to just like be. And I think you're kind of moving to the edge of
Right. I
like,
gotta be a stricter parent. I'm
right,
on the opposite side where I was like on
right.
the treadmill, I was like feeling a little
At
tired.
Equinox?
Yeah, like Equinox, when
Okay.
they're doing the fitness test.
Oh, you
I
almost
li-
gave up during the test
yeah, so
with a trainer
oh
there?
yeah. So but I didn't, thank God. And I just remember, so the test was, I forgot what it was. It was like some name test. So you're supposed to walk, in a brisk walk for 3 minutes, and then you have to run at the maximum speed that you're capable of running for 6 minutes. And I haven't ran, God, in years. So you know how good of shape I am. My cardio is
I
fine.
saw Way run recently,
Not
like
good.
just for like 100 steps. It
Right.
was rough.
Yeah, it was
He
rough.
tries telling me I'd be so good at pickleball. I could play any sport and be good. And I'm like,
It's like, not from that.
I
From
don't know,
what
bro. I've
seen.
seen you jog and
Yeah.
it wasn't,
Not good.
it was not
Yeah,
good.
you were just not good.
Yeah.
So this was a test, and I just remember, I was probably like after 3 minutes, I'm a little tired, but then,
After walking?
no, after running for 3 minutes,
Okay.
and I'm on the opposite side. I was like, all right, you guys stop being a bitch and just keep it through. At least go through the next 3 more minutes. You know what I mean, and finish this test. So I was like, word, and I did do
Mind
that.
over matter.
Mind over matter, so, and that is, for me, why I do want to join more classes, because I feel there is, let's say when you're by yourself, you're just going to quit a lot of times when it's like gets hard, and I need to instill that drill.
I saw you quit in yoga and go on your phone.
Oh yeah, I was just like, I'm so hot.
I was like, I cannot believe he's on his phone right now. Why is it even in this room?
I did it for 30 minutes. It was more than I thought I was going to do. Let's say that.
That's true.
So.
But next time, don't bring your phone.
Yeah, I just.
And when you want to stop, just lay in like
Yeah.
Shavasana or
Yeah.
child's pose.
Yeah, I would just like lay down and.
So you
I
still
drank
get
that whole bottle. I drank like that whole liter of
Oh, that's good.
water. I was like so sweaty.
Yeah. See, it's funny. My whole life has been push through, push through, push through,
Yeah.
push through, persevere, persevere, persevere. And because that's the only way I could get through a lot of things that I went
Right.
through as a kid and like
Yeah.
just like sports when it got hard. But now, like, so I'm dealing with this back issue, obviously. And it's like a neck and lower back issue. It's the whole thing. So it's been quite the physical pain. And like last night, I wanted to go out. It was Valentine's Day. Happy Love Day weekend to everybody.
Happy, Valentine's
We love
Day.
love.
Yes.
And I wanted to go out, and I was kind of having FOMO, and I was like, I feel like normally I would just push through,
Right.
and I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. I
Like,
think you
it's
gotta heal
just,
your body
it's
for
not
sure.
smart. My body needs love. It needs my heating pad.
Right.
And I watched Valentine's Day, the movie, which is also a very cute movie. My favorite storyline in that movie is Bradley Cooper and Julia Roberts, their little plane story.
Oh,
So,
right. Because
it,
you were saying it was like a star-studded
yeah, it's like a star-studded
love fest.
movie that like everyone has like kind of random connections to each other.
Right.
Yeah, so it's cute.
No, that is cute.
It's
And I,
just like a chick flick, like silly,
yeah,
like feel good.
like I was saying, if the guys listening to this podcast, it was like the Expendables. I was like,
Yeah.
which she was like, I don't know, I don't think I've seen that movie. It's
No.
like all like the biggest action stars, just like put them all
Is that
into
the
this
one? Is that the one where all the
Sylvester
Marvels are
Stallone.
together?
No, that's Avengers. Avengers.
Avengers.
Yeah,
That's what I was
yeah.
thinking.
But
Not
that's
that
also sure. That's
not
also
that I've
another
seen
thing.
it.
Okay, yeah. Not
Let's
that
be
I've seen
real.
it. Yeah.
I think I watched what's the one with Shia LaBeouf?
Ooh, and, like a Marvel film? I don't
No,
think so.
definitely. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't think it's
Yeah, I
Marvel.
don't think he's been in a
No,
Marvel
what's the
thing.
one? They're like
Is
big
it
robots. Megan Fox is in it.
Transformers. Yeah, yeah,
Transformers.
yeah, yeah.
So I've seen that.
Okay,
It
word.
was okay.
Yeah.
And then I saw, well, Batman. I've seen Batman,
Okay,
but that's
good.
DC Comics, right?
Yes, DC. There you
Shout
go. Hey, shout
out
out.
that
She
I
knows
know
something. Yeah,
that.
good job. So I do like,
I don't even know what the Marvel ones are. Iron Man?
yeah, Iron Man is Marvel.
That one was okay.
Oh, you didn't like it, huh? No, they're
It
all
was
good.
okay.
Yeah. So,
Nothing.
I mean, I do like I would say we have even opposite, I guess, tastes. I'm more like into nerdy things, you're more into
We have very opposite tastes.
taste in things.
And Wei wants me to watch his stuff, and I just don't. I don't have the time
Yeah.
for it.
No, I do agree.
He
I've
watches
just
the stuff I like, though.
yeah. So I've been starting to watch the One Piece anime, and you know, and I there was a lot of resistance because when I see it, it's over like 1,000 episodes. So I was like, all right, there's no way I can start this. But I went to the New York Comic Con, last year, and one of the writers or the producers or whatever was there, and also I've been seeing so many of like the flag from the One Piece and all the protests from around the world, and that kind of caught my attention. I was like, all right, maybe there is something to this anime show, because at first it's animated, you think it's like for kids, and it is a lot of funny scenes, but it goes down into a lot of like political things, almost what's happening right now. You see what we thought was how the world was organized and ruled is actually not what we thought. And I think it gets into that and the mechanics of how they keep people in control and all that. I think it's a very interesting read. But
It's just making me think of what's going on right now and how, like, social media, the algorithm I currently have
right,
is out of
you have
control.
an interesting algorithm.
Like, and my sister's getting a similar one.
Right.
And so my algorithm,
Is AI food cannibalism?
my
As I call
AI,
it.
so my algorithm is like those AI videos that I think a lot of people are getting,
Right,
like
I'm getting
the,
those
like,
now too.
I'm your intestine.
Right.
If you do this, this happens. And they're like screaming at you. You know what I mean? And they're like, I'm your this. I'm your sponge. And it's like, okay. So the health ones, when they first started showing up, I went down like a 2-hour rabbit hole one night because I was like, whoa, this is fascinating. That's when I started eating more beets because they're like, I'm beets. I'm really good for blood flow.
Sure.
And I have bad blood flow. So that's one of them. Then I'm getting the baby fruit. They're like babies in the shape of fruit
They're cute.
eating themselves.
But they're eating themselves.
Yeah.
It's like,
But like it's like ASMR, cute, whatever. And then I'm getting all I'm getting all these videos of these girls and they're like, here's what I eat in a day as a fat girl.
Okay.
And they're like, they're fat. I mean, I can say that because they're saying that online
Yeah.
and they're eating like this. It's insane the amount of food they eat in a day.
Right.
And that's all they're doing. So it's like a combination of like mukbang and
Mukbang,
like
yep.
daily vlogs essentially.
word.
And that's what Tess is also getting, a lot of those.
yeah.
And so that's been very interesting. And then I'm getting all the conspiracy stuff about like Epstein
Right.
and Erica Church because
Right.
Erica Kirk,
Yeah.
and kind of like that path. So it's been very interesting.
Yeah. A lot of things. A lot of
Yeah.
things going on.
But the Erica Kirk stuff and Epstein,
Right.
that's been
Yeah.
I've been watching Candace Owens 17 long minutes on
Right.
Insta because I'm getting I don't even follow her. I'm getting targeted and I'm like, whoa. Like things are just making sense and they don't seem like conspiracies. They seem like
Right.
truth.
Like that
And now I'm
people have
scared.
been, saying these things for decades now and more facts are coming out. And then, on the other side, my feed is about like silver prices and that they're
Oh yeah,
always
the
talking
stock
about
market. Oh, should we talk
and,
about the stock
oh,
market?
and crypto. So I got Brooke into, investing into some BTC, and let's say it hasn't been going well last couple of weeks, but like I said, I think it's going to bounce back.
I got a Robinhood account and I was like, I want to start investing, but I was like, let me just test out the waters,
Right.
right? Like I don't
Yeah.
I am a very I'm very frugal
Yeah. And let's say risk averse.
and risk averse.
But
And I
yeah.
grew up very frugal.
Yeah.
Like my
Yeah.
mom, like that's how she taught us. So it's very ingrained in me is to like protect your money,
Right.
protect your money. So I put $10 in. Okay.
Right.
Nothing. Like it's nothing. And I put it in ways like you should get Bitcoin
Yeah.
because you can buy like pieces of Bitcoin
Pieces
and
of
you don't
Bitcoin.
have
You
to
don't buy the whole thing.
spend $93,000
Right.
to pay for the price. So I get it that night tanks.
Thanks.
And I'm like, okay, it's probably just like the fees they took out, whatever. Next day, tank. And Robinhood, because I haven't turned them off, because now it's just like interesting to
Ding,
me.
ding, ding. Yeah.
I get notifications every day. It's down 5%. It's down
Right.
another 5%. It's down 5%. Sell. Click here to sell. Click here to sell.
Oh,
Click
dang,
here to
that's
sell. It says that.
wow.
It
To
says tap here to
sell.
sell.
Dang.
That's
Wow.
the notification.
And this is where it's
It's
a
like,
little
and then it's like,
shady. They
it
want you to
dips below
sell.
this.
Yeah.
Tap here to
And
sell.
you're not supposed to do that.
Well, no, I'm not going to sell
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
$10.
Yeah. But so.
But it got down to like $6. So I'm like, wow, it took like
Wow.
a 40% hit.
That's a huge hit. Yeah.
Imagine if I put real money in
Right.
there.
Ooh.
And
Will we
then
still be friends?
no.
Yeah. Just like screw this
And then
guy.
I'm like, should I put more money in now because it's so
Right. Hey,
cheap?
it's a dip. Gotta
Um,
buy the dip, as they say.
but so I don't really know if I trust Way anymore
Right.
on my stocks. But I just don't know if the stock market game is for me.
Right.
I
That's what
definitely
I was
could
like.
not be a day trader.
Yeah.
The anxiety would be through the roof for me.
I was like, you shouldn't even have this app. I do agree. I think
I should have
Robinhood
this app.
is a bad for, let's say, because I was like, you're checking it and it's giving you notifications and that's going
Yeah.
to cause anxiety.
Yeah.
For me, the general, it's just like dollar cost average is the best way. It's like every day or every week on Monday, put a little bit of money into it. So when it goes down and up, over the course of a long period of time, you just got to set it and forget it. Like
Well,
an
that's like
auto.
my 401k.
Yeah, kind of like that, you know?
Because remember, I checked it and I was like, oh, wow, there's like money in here.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the best way I think for you.
I'm smart, but I'm not like super financially literate.
Right. And it's the whole system is made for you to not be financially literate.
Yeah,
You
but
know
it's
what I mean?
interesting. I meet a lot of boys, and by a lot of boys, I just mean like the one I was just talking to, and I guess you, that are very like, sure, throw this money in there, like more, what's the opposite of risk averse?
Risk tolerant.
Risk tolerant,
Right.
like, and fearless. Whereas me, I'd be like, yeah, I think I'm just like psycho with money.
Right. I mean, for me,
Like, I know people that like buy stuff and won't even return it. They just forget about it. And I'm like,
Right.
what? You're just throwing
Yeah.
money away.
and for me, I don't want to, like, I don't think I'm a reckless person. I did do a little research for some of the money thing because the general thing is this, right? It's like I think I gave my friends who are not, in finance, I think these two slides will really give you a visual as to why you should invest. One of them was if you had $100 in 1920, what you could buy in 1920 for $100 is equivalent what you can buy now with only like $5, let's say. So that means
Rough.
it's pretty rough. So that means the value, like back in the day in 1920, maybe like a monthly rent was only $100, but now here it's like $3,000. That just means, the value of the dollar has degraded over the last 100 years.
Yeah.
But they're saying if the other chart is if you would have just invested that $100 into the S&P 500, you would get $2 million now. So instead of having the value of your dollar degraded over the 100 years, you would have increased the value through investment.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's always going to be up and downs.
But
for
now it's
sure.
hard. Like I want to
Yeah.
go and put money in and it's like $600 for one stock.
Right.
One, what is it called? Like one piece of the stock?
It's
one,
like ETFs.
No,
Like,
I'm talking about like the regular stock market.
yeah. It's just, you have to buy shares.
A share.
A share, yeah.
One share of stock
Right.
is like $600
Right.
for the S&P 500 and same for all these like big tech
Yeah.
companies. So it's like,
Right.
okay.
It's a little hard. It's a little risky, especially after your 40%.
Yeah, after my
soiree
Bitcoin
into-
experience. Not
It's a little
great.
shy.
And especially with everything going on with the Epstein files, because now I'm starting to think that everything is connected.
Right.
Like, meaning like all the stuff that's been going down,
There is manipulation in
there's
the market.
everything's
100%.
connected and there's manipulation. And apparently Epstein is this creator of Bitcoin.
He was involved. I wouldn't say the creator. He's not Satoshi Nakamoto.
I don't know. Here's my thing, and I'm going to
Yeah.
just be honest with the
No, you
audience.
gotta be honest.
Is I am getting my news from Instagram,
Right.
and I think some of it is probably true.
Right.
I think some of it is definitely not. I bet you some of it is AI, and I have
Right.
no idea. And I am not going and fact checking anything.
No, I'm not
because
either.
I am too lazy for that,
Right.
and I don't care enough.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of just like getting all this different stuff, which that's where the problem comes in because you can't really get a bunch of unbiased stuff because once your algorithm hits into like a certain
always gonna be,
flow,
right.
you're going to get that flow. But like Candace Owens, for example, I never used to be a Candace Owens fan. Like I was just, she annoyed me a lot. And I don't know if now because she's out of like Turning Point and now she has like more of a vengeance and she's like pissed or whatever, she does make a lot of valid points.
Right.
And if what she says is true,
Right.
like the whole thing about like Erica's best friend's daughter was her assistant and they were telling her like do not go to work this day,
Right.
the day of the Utah Valley shooting or the when Charlie died.
Right.
Like that's just one of the tiny pieces, but like there's so many things that it's like I think you knew and you
Right.
are the most sus. She is the most
Oh.
sus
The
individual.
more you learn about her, I was like,
Ew,
wait, what?
she's
What's
gross.
happening? It's like, wow.
3 weeks after his death, she's celebrating how many hats they've sold.
Yeah. It just
Please.
didn't seem right. you
It's
know?
not right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If your like husband died who you have
Yeah.
children with and you're in love,
I would be like in
I
mourning
would
for like
be
a month.
devastated.
Yeah.
All week I've been crying and been able blah, 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 barely any into skirt. Barely any, oh my God, barely able to do anything.
Right.
And that's just from back pain and a
Right.
breakup.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if like someone died in my life
And in a horrible way.
in a horrific way
Yeah.
on TV, or I guess not on TV, maybe it was televised. No, not TV,
Yeah,
but like
it's true.
social media.
Yeah, everyone saw. I mean,
And you have young children and you're
Right.
going on podcasts fully makeuped up and like glammed, and you're like, anyone saying, like, just her intense.
hugging
Something.
up on JD Vance, you know. all
Oh my
intimately.
God, yeah.
Now they
Apparently
say
she's now pregnant.
By who?
And then someone's like,
Sus.
they're all JD Vance's kids.
No way. Wow.
Yeah, I saw that.
I love the conspiracy.
Something
theories,
was like,
remember?
oh no, okay, this is what it was. It was Charlie felt suspicious about that day. Like
Okay.
he had a bad feeling.
Right.
Again, this is all just to make sure this is clear. Like this is information I'm getting off social media that I have not verified.
Hearsay.
This is hearsay.
Right,
So
legal
don't
term.
like, this is just, I'm just repeating like rumors,
Right.
basically, gossip. So apparently Charlie had a bad feeling about that day and had like, I think a priest come to him or something, or like,
Wow.
I think there was something with that. I'm not remembering that as clearly. And then apparently he wrote Erica out of his will like a couple days
Yeah.
before it
I
happened.
saw that on IG. I just haven't fact checked that.
Yeah, no, I
but
haven't
was like,
verified.
That's crazy. Imagine
And then
you're the wife.
apparently left everything to the kids.
Wow.
And then she started saying, well, the kids aren't yours.
What? Wow.
And then I think we talked about this. If she's pregnant right now,
Right.
so he died September 10th.
Yeah. She's
So
gotta
that
be
was-
at least 5 months.
So that was almost
5 months.
5
pregnant?
months ago. 5 months in March. So
Right.
6 months in March. So 5 months ago. Which means they would have had to get pregnant like, it's not like they got pregnant the day he got shot.
Yeah.
So if she was pregnant at the time, it was probably like, let's just say a week.
And think about this, right? If he wrote her out of the will, they're probably not hooking up if there's some drama in their relationship.
Exactly.
You know
So
what I mean?
like,
It's like I don't want to hook up with you. Like I don't
so
know if
that
I trust
means
you.
that at the very minimum, which I doubt, she's like at the 5.5 month mark of pregnancy, if she's pregnant
Right.
with his baby. There's no way. She's not, I don't think she's showing. I
Right.
don't follow her because she
Yeah.
grosses me out.
Yeah.
I saw her like on something and she was like, her intensity of like, she cosplays anger.
Right.
And it's so funny to me because I'm like,
And
it's so
sadness.
obvious that you're so flipping.
Right.
Ooh,
And I
caught
do feel
myself.
bad. Like I said,
So
at first
fake.
I was like, I don't want to make fun of a grieving widow, but something about it, when we talk about feels like
But that's
that looks
part
like
of
a
it, right?
performance.
That's part of it is like the genius. It's not genius because I don't think she's fooling anyone. I think everyone like
Right.
can clue
Everyone
into
aside
this.
was like,
Like, um, but she, when it first happened, you're an asshole if you start talking shit
right.
on a grieving widow,
Right.
right? But I think now that time has passed and like you can see different things that she's done and whatnot, it's just very like, ugh. And then becoming a CEO after like your husband's whole thing was that like you
Right.
should be in the kitchen basically. And like that, and oh, and then the like, excuse me. Um, I remember because like after Charlie died, I didn't know who Charlie was before he died. So I was not on that.
Right.
I just I wasn't familiar with his stuff. And then when he died, I went on like a deep dive on Instagram, and then my algorithm was pretty much every single one of his videos, and I
Right.
found it fascinating because just with my career, I think anyone who can debate, it's like always fascinating to
Right.
me.
Yeah.
And so I'd like watch a lot of his stuff, and I didn't agree with all of it, but like I still appreciated the spirit of debate.
Right.
Debate. I appreciated the spirit of like debating people that don't think like you and just
Right.
whatever. And I remember someone asked about like music, like Nicki Minaj's WAP song.
Right.
And he was like, I don't believe that anyone should be listening to rap music. Like, I think
Oh
rap
wow.
is like
Okay.
just really goes against like the Bible and whatever. And
Right.
I'm paraphrasing and I know I'm not like repeating it properly. But essentially was like, this music is trash. You shouldn't listen to it. But then there's stuff that comes out now, like Nicki Minaj's BFFs with Trump. And like,
Right.
I think doing stuff with Erica Kirk and
And I
like,
didn't even know she wasn't a U.S. citizen. It's like she got the golden visa or whatever. It's like,
oh,
oh,
really?
I thought she was just like an American, but maybe not. I have to fact check
Yeah.
maybe where she's from. But
And then I'm also getting targeted with all these like super like right wing people almost making parody like videos of like the super far left.
right.
And it's like kind of funny. I just for the record, I'm like anti-party.
Right.
Like I don't
That's where we kind of agree on too.
yeah,
We
like
could
I
look
don't
at
align
both.
with either side. I used to be very liberal. Um and then I think I moved like much more to the middle and I'd consider myself like a moderate now. I
Right.
just try to I think what's so dangerous about identifying with one side or the
Hmm.
other is that you can fall into like the sheep mentality
Right.
and you stop thinking for yourself because you're just doing what everyone else is saying. So I think like my anti-party where it comes from is like just me trying to be a free thinker
Right.
and critically think on my own
Yeah, and I think a lot of
with the help
people
of all my Instagram
Instagram
algorithms.
feeds, and I do, but I do agree. I think they were saying a lot of people they just call it politically homeless. At this point,
Oh,
I think
interesting.
people just see that oh, I guess both sides are probably the wings of the same bird, as they say. Like whether you're left or right, you're just kind of the wings of the same bird, and I think at some point we do need some reform, and I think we're kind of heading there. I think people see the dangers of extremism, like when you're just trying to go with their party. And, I was saying, in our other hidden podcast about,
Our hidden
I was
podcast.
born in Shanghai, and my parents, being Chinese, they talk about like the Chinese Cultural Revolution a lot, which happened in like, I guess the 60s and early 70s. And they're just saying, it's dangerous when you align your own morals with the political party, because now the political party gets to decide what's right or wrong, and if you go against it, you're morally a bad person.
Yeah, I
You
like
know,
that.
so I think that's kind of what's happening on both sides. Like if you're quote unquote Republican, you're like the liberals are destroying America, they hate America, and they just want to see like our country fall and want to let in all these illegal immigrants so they can control the votes and blah blah blah. And
What
on the other side, they also see like the right as like they're racist, they don't want all these like people come in, but both sides are, just trying to gain power. And it seems like just from a policy standpoint, both sides are kind of screwing us over, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that's where I struggled. I broke away, I think, in like 2020, 2021 during COVID when I was seeing some of the policies that were occurring and they weren't aligning with like some of the hard data I was seeing, I guess. It had become very politicized. And I think when you politicize a healthcare crisis, it loses its integrity a
Right.
bit. I also saw that Epstein and those people created COVID on
Oh,
purpose.
really?
Yeah. There's this whole web I saw.
Yeah.
Like
Wow.
I was like,
Yeah.
should
There's
I become a detective and do that thing on the wall, like the His and Hers show, where like you
right.
put all the things like a cork board and start
Oh,
connecting the dots? And then I was like,
I'll link you this thing. Someone put down like all the conspiracies in this web form of how they connect with
yeah,
all
okay,
these
it might be the
things.
same thing we saw.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like on a little pamphlet.
Yes, and
Yeah.
it's like
And I was
it
like,
just like
wow.
it keeps going. But yeah, so that's when I started. That's when I first questioned it myself.
Yeah.
Was like, do I believe in all these things that this political party is telling me to believe?
Right.
Because I also felt that the left was very what's the word I'm looking for? When someone like they were making people feel really bad if you didn't align with them.
Right.
Like guilting you, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I was so I was born and raised Catholic, so I have some
I'd say
pretty
a red flag when people do that to you. Which is
well.
just
I
like,
just have Catholic guilt in general,
Right.
and then when I started noticing like the political party was the people in the political party were making me feel very guilty if I didn't feel a specific way.
Right.
I think that's when I started to question of like,
Right.
this isn't making sense because
Yeah.
I have my own moral code, right? That I should follow, kind of what you were just saying. And I think that the politics and the party side of it were making you, if you don't do this and say this,
Right.
then you're a horrible person.
Exactly.
And it's like, well, I don't know if that's so true.
Right.
And I also don't think a lot of those people hold space for multiple truths. Like, I can care about like, certain human rights or certain like groups of people or certain things while not making it my top priority in my like policy
Right. Yeah.
library for like bad terms, but like in what I need and want for the country or something, right?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
But I think that some of these people think like if you don't value this as your number one value, then screw you, you're a horrible
You're a bad person. You're right.
And then I think like the right is more like, we only care about money, whatever. If you care about human rights, you're an idiot. And it's
Right.
like, well, I don't agree with that either.
Yeah, I don't
It's
agree with
like,
that either. Yeah.
I can hold space for multiple things and then I get to choose what's important to me in terms of priority, right? Like affordable housing would be nice.
Would be nice.
And not have to pay half my paycheck to live in a fucking studio apartment
Right.
that's in the dark.
Yeah.
It's not west facing.
Right.
It's rough.
It's rough.
We got to redecorate, bring some.
Yeah,
Flashlight.
it's funny, and that's the other opposite. I was like, I chose this almost because I was like, I need a really dark apartment. I hate the sunlight. Being Asians don't like sunlight.
Oh, that's funny.
because
We should trade
It
apartments.
ruins our skin. we're
Way
like,
is it?
we're like vampires.
Wayne and I live in the same apartment complex. That's how we became friends. And he has a much bigger apartment with much nicer light and pays significantly less than I do.
Because I came here during the pandemic when this building was like half full. And they were just giving deals. So I was like, all right, perfect. I'm like grandfathered in. That's why I don't feel like moving as well. I was like, all right, I'm grandfathered into this. I'm going to chill here.
Even
for
on like a
bit.
day like today, today's a very like the sky's white pretty much because it's like I think it's gonna rain all week, so it's like foggy and stuff. But it's still really nice light, I think. So
Yeah, and my plants are doing well. Like I said, this one is doing better than this other one.
yeah.
But I did get some new pots, and hopefully they'll be thriving with the new pots.
Nice.
So like I said, little steps. Decorating, improving our lives, forcing ourselves to do better, hold ourselves accountable.
You talk for yourself.
Sorry, yeah,
man.
I'm talking.
I'm trying to do the opposite of these things.
These are the things that I'm ways going to try to work on. So far so good. Like I said, I did go to the gym for the last couple weeks. I met my I want to go at least like 4 or 5 times a week, so I at least hit that quota the last couple weeks.
Yeah, good job. I go to the
And
gym and just stretch pretty much and then use the sauna.
yeah,
That's all I can do
I
right
love the
now.
sauna and the steam room.
Oh, and then my sister's boyfriend was like, "You need to do these ISO holds on your back." He's
Right,
trying to be my trainer.
right,
And I
listen
did
up,
them and then they hurt my back.
right,
So
and
gonna
that's
have to have a chat with him.
right, and that is when it comes to like these issues, I feel if you ask, 5 different quote unquote experts, they're going to give you 5 different answers as to how you treat things. So,
Yeah. That's something I care deeply about is the healthcare system. I think it's a hot, hot, hot mess.
right,
And I think it's hurting a lot of Americans. And I've now seen it firsthand. And I've only scratched the surface because I
right,
know
it gets
people that,
deep.
like, I know there's so many people out there that deal with like serious chronic
Hmm.
issues. Like, my back pain is obviously causing me a lot of pain, but like, that is not even compared to what some people deal
Right,
with. And I really feel for those people. And I feel for how like poorly managed a lot of this is. And, I'm trying to think of ways to solve it, but
right.
the insurance companies have like a pretty big hold on the
Pretty big
system.
hold, and we were always talking about, how do we change the system? It is, encouraging people to run for public office. Like we learned that you only have to be 25 to, be a congressman or congresswoman. So,
Yeah, we're thinking about running for office, but again, at least my issue
yeah,
is you lose all your privacy and
it's not fun. I don't want to do it. No one wants
I
to do
just yeah, like I think because I'm so vulnerable, I naturally like kind of deplete myself by like sharing a lot. So then imagine that on a larger scale where you lose all privacy. Like,
it. Right.
I think that'd be tough for me. And I
No.
don't think I
Yeah.
care enough to like run for office.
Right.
Maybe you might feel differently, but
Yeah. And I do feel, we're saying, I think I like this one Japanese saying that I was telling you. A lot of times, here it's like, someone else can do, I can do, but the saying is like, if no one can do, I must do, and it takes a little bit of ownership, as to being a citizen, being in the society when you see everything kind of crumbling. At some point, it's like, all right, like I've just been waiting. I think like everyone else, it's
well,
like
it's like
someone,
the bystander problem,
yeah, it's like someone's gonna
right?
come fix
That's what it's
this.
called, right? The bystander
Yeah.
dilemma.
Yeah, the bystander, I think, the dilemma where they're saying, I remember in class, it's like if you're ever drowning on a beach, don't just yell help. You have to point to someone, be like, hey, you help me.
Yeah.
Because if you're in a beach or whatever, everyone's like, well, someone else will do it and trust it. And no one else ends up
Well,
saving you.
and that's why they have like good Samaritan laws. Like if you do help someone and say you like injured them,
Right.
like so say someone was like in a car accident and you go to
Yeah.
help them and you move them and then you like paralyze them or something,
Right.
which would be horrific. I don't think they can sue you because there's good Samaritan laws if like someone was
That's
trying
good.
to help you. I mean,
Yeah.
provided they were doing it in like good faith.
Right.
But it is tough. Like I think about it all the time. Like
Yeah.
if I see something, I'm like, oh, I hope I don't see that because I don't want to have to give a witness statement.
Yeah.
And now again, like given what I do, I see like
And
if
our,
you get subpoenaed or something,
yeah.
you have no choice. Like you have to
Right.
go or they put a warrant out for your
Right.
arrest.
And our society is very litigious,
Very
so
litigious.
litigious, yeah.
Litigious.
So it's like the risk sometimes, outweighs the benefit because I
People love to sue.
people love to sue in America, so that, I
That
think,
could be a whole other discussion
yeah, this could be a whole nother topic,
on the
maybe about,
philosophy of America.
yeah, it's like why we are the way we are. It's almost a system is built for us to not be empathetic to each other, but that could be a whole nother episode.
Or to not
Might
take
be-
accountability of
right,
like I think specifically what I do, I see a lot of people that don't take accountability in their roles and expect that life is going to be absolutely perfect and that every interaction with everyone around you is going to be perfect
right,
and that nothing is going to offend you. And I think that they think if one thing offends you, boom, well, you should be sued
yeah,
for it
yeah,
and you should give me $300,000.
right,
And it's like, that's not, I think, like a proper way to operate because
right.
we're too complex as the human race and nuanced to like live in a world that's so ideal like that.
But this is where I do agree. It's like America, it's like we are the victim of our own great success. Like America might be the most successful country that's ever existed in like providing great like living standard to even like its poorest citizens. So, I was saying when I first came to America, being born in Shanghai in like the 80s, like China was like a third world country in the 80s. Um, like I just remember the apartments that were probably like concrete Soviet era homes, and when I came to America to reunite with my parents, because my dad came here for school and all that, I was just like, wow, my parents are so wealthy. They have a nice apartment with carpet. They have a refrigerator, which not everyone in China had. They had a
That's
TV,
wild.
not everyone had. And the biggest thing was my dad drove a car. He probably had like a old beater car and being a student, but in China, like at that time, you have to be like the top 0.1% or you're like a high government official, to like own a car. Like if you own a car in China in 1980, like you're someone wealthy. And my dad and my parents in America, they were probably like the poorest, like 5% just being like poor students.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I was like, dang, my parents are like straight ballers, And this is how the success of America was, even being like the bottom 5%. I mean, compared to the rest of the world, like huge, like so much like resources and access to that. And because of all that, like growing up in abundance and that much abundance, I think it does psychologically changes, how we see the world. Like we deserve this. We deserve constant abundance. And if anything goes, doesn't come to our plan, like we're gonna throw like a little hissy fit, like you know what I mean. And I think a lot of people are kind of in that um, mindset, unfortunately.
Well, I also think you have a really good perspective, and maybe one day we will share our origin stories that tell a
Right.
little bit more about where we came from, because I think this is where Wei and I, well, we came from very different places. Obviously, he was born in China. I was born in California, and I grew up in a very wealthy county, going to like
Yeah.
private Catholic school, and we were not. I would just say like we were middle class. Like we weren't
Yeah.
poor by any means, but I was also one of four. Both my parents worked full time. A lot of parents around me, like only the dad worked or whatever.
Right.
So it felt like growing up that we were like poorer than other families
Right.
in a way,
And it's
which,
all relative,
but I
right?
never felt poor.
Yeah.
Like,
Good.
I'm just
Yeah.
explaining that I didn't have this like abundance mindset because like my mom was like clipping the coupons
Right.
and like, working while other moms weren't. And when you're a little kid and you see everyone's like, none of the moms are working or this, like, I had almost like the opposite mindset
Right.
of you. And it's funny because, like, obviously looking back, it's like, my parents did great and
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
gave us everything we needed. And, like, I was never, like, I think it was like one of those things where I remember like that's when like Sevens jeans would come out and
Right.
like Gucci things and
Right.
like I wasn't allowed to get them because they were
Right.
too expensive.
Yeah.
And so it's like my immediate mindset living in that
Right.
culture was like, oh, we're poor.
Right.
And it's like, no,
It's
we're
like
not.
Becky on high school. She got these
Yeah.
Gucci and
Like I just wanted
yeah.
Gucci on my ass. How like hard is it, you know?
Right.
Not Gucci, juicy.
Juicy. Right.
Juicy.
Right.
Anyways, it's just like interesting and now I have I think a different mindset, but I think that frugalness has always been there with me.
Right.
Like even now I'm making the most money I've ever made in my life and I still stress about it
Right.
because I think I've worked very hard for it and but I still don't feel like I just have like outflowing abundance all the time. So, it is interesting and that's I think what our podcast is hoping to bring is
Right.
different
A little
perspectives on
balance,
yeah, different perspectives, different just ways of living and
Right.
yeah so
That's where I do agree. Like we do have a very unique duel in that we have these like two different extremes, but we're still friends, neighbors. You
yeah
know, we have some
we are kind of like wildly opposite like ways like optimistic all the time. I am not.
right. And, but no, but I
I
feel we have some commonalities. I think the commonalities I think we were talking about was we do value truth over comfort. I think that is a good trait. Obviously, like you're down to suffer to find the truth.
I'm comfortable suffering.
Yeah. So I think we're both,
I'm used to living in pain.
yeah. So I
Yeah.
think we have that in common. And I think we are both very growth mindset. We like taking in new information and, absorbing it. I don't think we're like, we want to keep moving and evolving and things like that. And I think we have even in like the last year or so.
And I think we just like we enjoy questioning the way the world works
Right.
and kind of like the psychology of humanity, which I think we're at a kind of crisis point in the world, anyways. So, but yeah, I know we've been going for like an hour, so
Yeah, no.
we can wrap it up.
Right. So,
But we are hoping to do more episodes. And yeah,
yeah, no.
and
It's
happy
great.
Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, guys. Awesome.